When you learn how to draw a cake that looks like it already has a slice out of it, you can make it look like it has dimension and is nice and tall and round. As a bonus, you can also fill it with your favorite flavors too. Hi, my name's Kathy, and I've been teaching kids how to draw for over 20 years now. My favorite thing to do is to show students that when you take things one step at a time, learning how to draw just might be easier than you think. The supplies needed for this project are pretty simple: a sheet of drawing paper, a pencil, black marker, and a few crayons. If you would like a copy of a step-by-step tutorial, check out the description below. Before we do any drawing, I like to remind students that working with center pencil guidelines on your paper can really make a big difference. They're also on all my tutorials, and they help you see how to use the entire sheet of paper. Let's begin with an oval for the top of the cake. It's going to be this tall and this wide. When you have it planned out, then connect those marks to make a half oval on the left and a half on the right. Drawing them in halves like this helps me make the shape more symmetrical. Now we need to draw lines down from that oval, one on the right and one on the left. These can be however long you want. My cake is going to be really tall. The bottom curve does need to match the top one, so connect these sides, doing your best to make it look the same. To plan the slice, let's make a dot in the center of that top oval and then draw one near the bottom, watching that these two distances are about the same. Now you can decide how big you want your slice to be, make marks like I'm doing here, and draw vertical lines down from that top oval. To draw that cutout shape, now connect the marks at the top, like I'm doing here, and then do the same at the bottom. When finished, we need to erase those two lines we don't need anymore, and you should be able to see the basic shape of your cutout cake. Let's move on to drawing the cake stand that goes underneath. It begins with an oval that's just a little bit bigger than the cake itself. Then draw another curved line underneath to give it an edge. Draw two curved lines in the middle for the stand, and then another oval underneath for the base. Also, a horizontal line will make it look like our cake is sitting on a table or something. Now we can have some fun decorating our cake. Let's begin with some lines to make our frosting so it looks nice and thick. That means we need to add lines on the side and the top to create that look. When it comes to making layers for your cake, feel free to create as many or as few as you want. I'm adding 6 dots here so that my cake will end up having 7 layers. When you have your plan for your layers, then you need to draw lines like this, which are parallel to the top. If you like the way one side looks, then you of course need to do the same on the other side. The last thing to do is to draw whatever decorations you'd like. I'm going to add just a few dollops of frosting on top, and then I do need to erase some of those lines that are inside them when I'm done. When the pencil drawing is done, it helps to trace all of those lines with a black marker so you can see them really well. It also helps in the coloring process too. When the tracing is done, it's smart to take a moment to erase any pencil lines that are still showing. It really will make your drawing look so much neater. All right, now it's time to bring out those crayons. I'm going to begin with the brown and fill in everything that I want to be chocolate. That's true for a few layers of my cake as well. The rest of the inside of my cake is going to be pink, as well as those dollops of frosting on top. This cake stand here is going to be a light purple. The table, a kind of royal blue color. And the background, a light yellowish green. So that is how you can draw a fun cake and give it a 3D kind of look. Showing it with a piece cut out helps make it more dimensional, and it gives you a chance to fill it with your favorite flavors too. When you do visit my Art Projects for Kids website, you can find many more food projects, including one for a cupcake and an ice cream cone. Over the years, I'm very happy to say my website has helped millions of kids learn how to draw. I really hope you enjoyed this lesson and that you come back and try another project real soon.